Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome you all to the 2023 semester under the Society of South Africa UNISA Distance Learning School, PVT. I am speaking to you as the principal of the school. My name is Advocate K. Malema, A-A-Y. I am this Malema, not the other Malema. Yeah, I welcome you all to this program, the 2023 second semester program. I have practiced as an attorney before I practiced as an advocate before I joined this institution in May of the year 2019. As I'm saying, I am welcoming the 350 of the successful applicants for registration to our program. The program Practical Vocational Training. It used to be called the PLT, Practical Legal Training. Now, the modern version is PBT or PLT. Our school's name is the LSSA UNISA Distance Learning School. It is to give a short historical background, a collaboration of the Law Society of South Africa on the one hand and University of South Africa UNISA, as the name LSSA UNISA. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that my continued address on video has this tendency to create a bit of an unnecessary lag between the video and the audio content. So for that reason, I am going to make an application that please allow me to switch off the video. It was my suspicion, or my submission rather, that have made necessary initial impression of person of the voice that we're listening to now. Thank you very much. I'm going to do that for the purposes of quality of this address. Yeah, the school itself is scheduled to start on the 5th of June 2023. That is when the PVT program for the 2023 second semester as the UNISA school. We usually refer to it as the UNISA school, but it is basically LSSA UNISA. Program starts on the 5th of June, but the first lectures would basically start on the 12th of June. It basically would also be a training program that is called DocSit. It is an exchange, document exchange program. The documents we're talking about court documents or court paper exchange training program. So a specialist in document exchange program, starting with this training come the 12th of June. Let's talk about the school itself. Ladies and gentlemen, you have applied electronically for your registration or for your admission here. Your applications have been electronically acknowledged. You have made electronic payments for of your fees, and then you have gone on to be electronically registered. Registration was electronically confirmed. Then the communication all along has been electronically based because our program is an electronically based program of training. The media of our training is called the e-leader platform. It is on that platform that we will be posting announcements about the program itself, all announcements necessary by the school or the school's functionaries, and we'll be talking about who are they, would be posted on the e-leader platform. So as you start with this program, just make note that make sure that during your 6 months of training, every day from the 5th, you visit the e-leader platform announcement once, so that you are able to be kept in the loop about the developments around your training, question of examinations, all announcements on assignments, assessments, examinations, and. So the e-leader platform, ladies and gentlemen, is our communication medium, our medium of communication. Even before I delve deep into the nuts and bolts of this training program, we have this announcement to make, and that is about the problems that we have since encountered from the time of the registration drive. The problem around or about or caused by or associated with the use of the Gmail accounts. All the problems that we have encountered, communication problems, in the main are associated with people who have their email accounts as Gmail at gmail.com. So the at gmail.com addresses have given their users serious problems, and we have been able to isolate these problems. As I'm saying, we have been able to isolate the Gmail account as the problematic Gmail account, so the problematic email account used by students. Many of them would say, I have applied, I haven't received any response, and only to find that the school has responded in time, but the responses by the school fell into the junk mail of the spam accounts of these students. So I'm saying the appeal we're making is during, if where possible, please make sure that to avoid this discord or lack of communication, supposed lack of communication. If you can, make sure that you change your email account from Gmail to anything. The Gmail account has been identified as the problematic email connection between the school and the various applicants. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not the only functionary of the school. I am a member of a team that is composed of 4 ladies and 1 gentleman. So all in all, we are basically 6 gentlemen, myself, and Jasmine Biakas. Jasmine being our current intern. And the ladies are starting with senior administrator. We have Dorcas, and then there is also Phyllis. There is also Fundiswa, and there is Linda. And those are the four ladies and one gentleman whose team I'm leading as the principal of the school. Our school, as I said, is an electronically based training school, meaning we do not offer face-to-face or sit-in class type of lectures. It is the only distance school in the company of, or additional to 9 provincial face-to-face lead schools. So as I'm saying, ours is the only distance school. It's a national school which has students from Mossel Bay to Musina, from Bombela to Richards Bay, Polokwane, Zani, and Stellenbosch. So we have this national print. Maybe that's the reason why, or that should inform the numbers of our registration. We are a semester-based training school with the first semester about to come to an end at the end of July, and then yours starting, as I say, on the 5th of June. Ladies and gentlemen, Dorcas, I suspect by now, is the name that most of you have already encountered. She is the person who deals mainly with your registrations, successful registrations. She also deals with registrations and all that there is about registration, whether you register or cancel or you transfer. Dorcas is the go-to person, because some of you have transferred from other schools to our school, and some of you have transferred from our school to the day schools for various reasons. Dorcas will also be the go-to person when we're dealing with the completion or competent compliance certificates. Also, there I want to say that she is the person who you will contact, or you must contact, when you are saying your 6 months training has come to a successful end, and then you require that a certificate be issued in your name to prove that yes, you've undergone successfully your PVT training. That's Dorcas for you. There is Phyllis. She is the one that you must have encountered because she is dealing with study material distribution or collections. You must have encountered Phyllis. She will also be the go-to person when you inquire about having to bit of examinations, we call them appeal examinations, in case you happen not to have been that successful in one examination or the other. She is the one who will handle your appeal process so that you ultimately write your outstanding examination and you pass it. Again, Phyllis is also involved in the coordination of a program that I'll be talking about later on, the Trial Advocacy Program. It's a training program that is offered on behalf of the school and on behalf of the LSSA at large by an organization, Black Lawyers Association. So the Legal Education Center of the Black Lawyers Association offers or will offer trial advocacy, a program of 3 days, over 3 days, on behalf of the BLA and on behalf of the LSSA. Phyllis, I want to believe also she's involved in the coordination of what we'll be talking about as the standalone modules of training. We're talking about that also, so she's also involved in that. My information tells me that. Now the last lady, and you know where the least important, is Linda. She is our newest recruit, having joined our ranks. I think end of April or March. Yeah, please don't crucify me for that. I think she joined us about 2 months or so ago. So you will see that she featured in the registration process. At some stage, she also featured in the study material distribution and. So basically, she is, as I'm saying, the person who is on a mission to be trained on these various aspects of our PVT itself. And the next person I seem to have jumped, who is older than Linda in this institution, is Sugiswa. She is responsible, ladies and gentlemen, for casework. Let me start there. Very, 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 very involved in practical training program. You will hear about casework and its character as I go on. But she is in charge of casework. She's in charge of the coordination of MS team lectures. She is very, very, very involved in that program. And then she is also in the go-to person when it comes to examinations and everything that has to do with examinations, the coordination of the examinations, the writing of the examinations, the marking, the applications for remarking, and the release of the results of various examinations. So she is the examinations go-to person. Those are the 4 members of my team. Cheslin Bierkes, as I said, is our interns. And I want to believe that most of you being already employees and former interns, you could have an idea as to what an intern person does in an institution. Right, he's on internship. Ladies and gentlemen, the PVT program, practical vocational training program, covers a number of subjects. Modules are a grouping of subjects, but let me just spell out the subjects themselves. You should have by now received hard copies of study manuals on alternative dispute resolution. There will be a manual on legal practice, accounts management, So the former legal practitioner's bookkeeping or attorney's bookkeeping, then you should also have received a hard copy manual on constitutional practice, criminal court practice, drafting of contracts, high court practice, insolvency practice, introduction to management, labor dispute resolutions, legal costs, magistrates court practice, matrimonial matters and divorce, personal injury claims, professional legal ethics, wills, estates and trusts, or wills and estates, information and communication technology for practice and associated aspects of cyber law. We just use cyber law to cut that very long name short. Then we also have a module on or a subject form of business enterprise. So a manual on aspects of customary law. Those would be the subjects which make the content of our PVT as demanded under Regulation 6 of the regulations promulgated under the Legal Practice Act. Now, how does the program shape up? Ladies and gentlemen, the modules that I've read, all in all, there are about 19 or so of them. But this is what's going to happen. I've talked about the e-leader platform. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about what I'm saying now, because most of the aspects of what I have addressed you on so far would come clearer with, there will be presentations through MS Teams, obviously, because we are a distance learning school. There won't be a time when you and administrators of this school would sit in some lecture hall or some community hall or whatever. No, it will not happen. The only time when you guys, with the exception of us, will assemble in some hotel room, normally it will be a hotel room, during the trial advocacy program. As I'm saying, it is offered on behalf of the school by the BLA. So the BLA to be booked some hotel room or some consultation room, whatever. Normally it's using hotel conference centers where the trial advocacy will be like presented over 3 days by normally senior members of the legal profession. I'm talking of senior counsel, who even judges, most of whom will be retired judges, in case we have previous judges. But that will be the only, and underline the only model of contact learning in the NSSA UNISA distance school. That's the only time when you will sit next to your fellow trainee or your fellow student in that hall over 3 days. The dates will be communicated to you by Phyllis, because I said Phyllis, the person who coordinates trial advocacy. Yeah, but we'll be looking about other things. Maybe I will come back to trial advocacy itself as I speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I have said that we have that number of modules or subjects. Before COVID-19, our subjects were presented by lecturers either by MS Teams or contact-based lecturing. We will basically use video conferencing facilities, which was a facility that was starting, basically was the connection between the LSSA and UNISA. The LSSA used 100% or wholly the video conferencing facilities that UNISA offered for free to the LSSA. But as I'm saying, COVID-19 happened, and it introduced the need for imagination. And as a result, contact-based lecturing came to a halt. And what happened was all our training, PVT training, turned on the online. I'm repeating myself, that only child advocacy is the remaining contact-based training. From casework up to the last subject, things are online when we talk about LSSA, UNISA, PVT. We keeping our distance from students, like the students are doing likewise. So our training, it's of you, is we training you in the comfort of either your homes or in the comfort of your office. But of importance is our training is scheduled to start at 17:30 in the evenings. We're giving students an opportunity, those of you who are employed,